What is up, and welcome back. We have Stewart, founder of Vezt, blockchain music and entertainment project. You could probably describe it much better than me, so why don't you jump in and tell us what Vezt is about?
We're basically a fractional song marketplace. We're the first fractional song marketplace that's a mobile app. So if you love a song or love an artist, you can actually go on and buy a little piece of the royalty stream of that song. And if you're an artist, writer, producer, label, or publisher, you can monetize your assets directly through the app from the public. Pretty crazy, but it's Vezt.co, or go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and download the app.
Awesome, so we can download it now?
Absolutely.
Excellent, okay, cool. So download it if you have an iPhone in front of you, and let's talk about the project a little bit. So it's based on blockchain.
Yes.
And why is it based on blockchain?
So we use blockchain because we knew it was cutting edge technology. Music rights, if you're familiar, is a very inefficient system, and it's the perfect actually test case for a blockchain system that can organize and provide transparency to what's really been an opaque business. So we saw an opportunity to be cutting edge, to incorporate it onto the platform. We touch it very lightly right now, so we're very flexible with it, but we're just understanding that as the technology progresses and matures, we'll mature along with it, but we want to make sure we incorporate it from day one.
Perfect, yeah, so you said that it's almost like a ground level for all the technology, self-healing and fully trusting.
It lets our users actually see when and where they purchase their rights. There's a transaction hash that becomes public to everybody, so it's basically trusted, immutable, and transparent in a way that's never been possible before.
Yeah, I hear a lot about art on blockchain, which you would think like art is so like opposite of technology, but it's all about the rights and tracking the ownership and all the stolen art. Same goes for music. There's a lot of stolen music. There's sound bites, things like that are the credit is just lost
100%
in the abyss. It's a really brilliant business model, and so with that, what is the business model? How do you guys make money, and how are you monetizing it?
So we have a 5% transaction fee for users that come in, and then we have a 5% fee on the royalties that are paid back to those people. So it's basically a transaction fee on both sides. For the artist and the IP, there's a $100 ISO fee. An ISO is an initial song offering that allows you to offer your song on the marketplace. So our biggest raise to date's been for a fraction of a Beyonce song at $50,000, and we've had artists from $500 all the way up to $50,000.
Amazing. So let's talk about who can invest. Is it, can I go on and invest in an artist right now? If I like Frank Ocean, can I go invest?
Anybody from the public, from $5 on up. We made this app to democratize the music process. We wanted everybody to be able to participate. It's not an auction. It's not a high net worth individual marketplace. It's anybody that's a music fan, that's emotionally connected with the music or the artist, that wants to participate. Credit card is probably the easiest way to do it. Just go on the app, you can pop it in, and within 2 minutes own a piece of the royalty rights to a song.
Amazing. So you can do a credit card. You don't have to set up any bank accounts or
no.
Give social security number.
No, you can if you want. We're incorporating ACH and Wire and that type of thing, but PayPal is super easy for us to pay out with, and any type of credit card to come in with is probably the easiest way.
Cool. And so how do the investors make their money back, or is this more like a long-term thing?
So you get paid as the artist gets paid. So if you own, say, 1% of the royalties,
Brilliant.
Every time royalties come into that artist, and there's master, songwriter, and publisher royalties, you get your pro rata share of that paid through on that same timeline. And it may take a couple of quarters to get that money in, because as we know, music rights collections is very archaic, and it still takes a long time to import from different countries around the world. But by the time you get it, it's the same time the artist would get it, and then you share in those royalties. So if there's something that happens in that period that you own those rights, you benefit. And you're made whole, so you hold those rights as long as it takes to make you whole. So if you put in $100 and 3 years from now you only have 90 back, you stay in those rights until you make your full 100 back. And any other earning event that happens in the middle, you take a piece of.
Interesting. So at the end of the day, it's to support the artists and for consumers like myself to make money.
It's a way to actually participate and partner with the artist and feel that excitement when the song is streamed, downloaded, played in a venue. Anytime you hear a song being used somewhere, something's being generated on the financial side. And for you to be able to participate in that royalty stream with the creator, we think is a really big deal.
Yeah, it's like investing. You have exposure, it's excitement. You're watching.
You got skin in the game.
Exactly.
Right? If it's your favorite artist and you want to own a piece of your favorite song, this is an opportunity to do that that's never been available before.
Okay, Steve. So you've started a lot of companies to this point. Running a tech company, in my opinion, having been a tech founder, is the hardest job in the world. You're reporting to all kinds of stakeholders beyond yourself. You've got bosses that you were not expecting to be your boss. How do you manage that workflow? What does your daily habits look like for keeping an even keel, managing your team in a mindful way? Any
So
thoughts on that?
I try to start early. I try to get in early. I try to just keep my head about myself. I know in a tech startup, as you mentioned, a lot of stuff happens. There's excitement every day. I think the idea is to communicate. The idea is to keep people in the loop. Let them know what the goals are. Let them know what you're striving for. But I think you have to do it in a reasonable way. There's a lot of people that come down hard and say you've got to XXX. We understand the culture. We want to be part of the community, and we're trying to build something for the long term. So we want our team members to be able to participate in the company, to actually have some input. We're small enough now that a lot of input from all sources comes in on a daily basis.
Wanted or unwanted.
When people feel like they can add something creatively, I think that's important.
Have a
It gives
hand in
them
the design of the company.
100%. So it's basically about thinking about the group as a whole and building a community, both with our consumers and our users and our internal team.
Okay, cool. And thinking about the team that you bring on and support the growth of this company, how do you make sure that you are doing the most good for the investors as well as the team? Like, do you have cultural principles that you go by, or any kind of bigger mission beyond just the platform in itself?
Well, we want integrity. Obviously, we want to deal with people that we would want to have to our house for dinner. I mean, someone that you want to hang out with, that you're comfortable working with, I think is number one. If you don't trust someone, or if you don't feel comfortable working with them, I think that's a big red flag. As far as the investors go, I mean, they're always looking for ROI. They're looking for bottom line and results, KPIs. So we have to drive those numbers, obviously. But there is a human factor behind that. So I think as long as people feel like they're part of something, that there's a greater good, that we're all moving in the same direction as a team, I think that's really important.
Brilliant. Okay. And how can we support this project? How can we push you forward and get involved as a community?
Download the app. It's Vezt.co, or you can go to Apple or Google stores. But anyone that's really a music fan or emotionally connected to a particular artist or song, I think would find something here. Again, it's as little as $5 on up, so it's not. It's like your morning cappuccino. It's probably less than your morning cappuccino now. But if you're interested, check out the app. There's a way to connect with the artist. There's a way to build this community. It's like being on YouTube in 2005. Right? This is like YouTube's almost 14th year, 15th year.
Wow.
This is early days for us. We're 85,000 downloads so far. We've done 19,000 transactions, but we're looking to build something that's much, much bigger over time.
Yeah, so don't just download the app. Make sure to invest. Put your $5 in, because what's the worst that could happen, right? Make that money back and maybe some. Well, thank you so much, Steven. This has been awesome talking to you.
Great to talk to you guys.
I'm definitely going to download the app and invest myself.
Thank you.
So, appreciate it.
Thank you guys.